Hi everyone, welcome back to QASoftware-SDET. I'm excited to have you here for my third video in this testing fundamentals series. So far we have covered what is software testing and the difference between SDLC and SDLC. Today we will keep it up a step further and explore one of the most important and foundational topics for any QA, the types of software testing. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of the major categories of testing, why they matter, and where they are used in real-world projects. Let's get started. Why understanding types of testing is important. Before we jump into the list, let me explain why it's important to understand testing types. Imagine you are a doctor. You wouldn't treat every patient with the same medicine, right? You would first diagnose the issue and then decide the treatment. Similarly, in QA, different problems require different testing approaches. Some test focuses on feature, like whether a button works correctly. Others focus on performance, like whether the system can handle 10,000 users at once. And some focus on security, like preventing hacking attempts. So as a tester, you need to know which type of testing to apply in which situation to ensure complete quality coverage. At high level, testing can be divided into two major categories. The first is manual testing, and the second one is automation testing. In manual testing, the testers execute test cases manually, step by step, without using automation tools. The example for manual testing is you open a login page, type in username and password, click the login button, and check whether you are logged in successfully. Manual testing is great for exploratory testing. Here you creatively explore the app. Usability testing, checking the user experience, small projects where automation might be overkill. The second one is automation testing. Here we use tools like Selenium, Cypress, or Playwright to automate repetitive tasks. Instead of manually checking login every time, you write a script once and it runs automatically every time. Automation is useful for regression testing, checking that old features still work after changes. Large projects where time saving is critical and running tests overnight or across multiple environments. The key takeaway here is manual testing is like driving a car yourself, while automation is like self-driving mode, faster and consistent but requires initial setup. Another way to classify testing is based on purpose. Based on purpose, we can classify testing into two categories, that is functional testing and non-functional testing. Functional testing is a type of testing that checks what the system does, whether it meets the business requirements. Example of functional testing is, does clicking add to cart actually add the product? Does the payment gateway process transactions correctly? Can users log in and log out without issues? Functional testing ensures that features work as expected. Common functional testing types include unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. Then comes the non-functional testing. Here we test how well the system works rather than just features. Example for non-functional testing would be, can the website handle 10,000 simultaneous users? Here we will test its performance. Is the system secure against hackers? Here we will test security of our application. Here we will check usability of our application. This is like testing quality attributes, speed, security, and stability. The main analogy here is, if you are testing a car, functional testing checks whether the car starts, stops, and turns properly, whereas non-functional testing checks whether it runs smoothly, consumes fuel efficiently, and is safe in an accident. Levels of testing. Now let's go deeper into levels of testing. These levels represent when and how testing happens during the development cycle. Unit testing. This testing is usually done by developers. Developers test small individual components like a single function or method. Example, checking whether a discount calculation function works correctly. Then comes the integration testing. Here we ensure that different modules work together as expected. Example, the login module correctly passes data to the dashboard module. The third testing is system testing. Here we test the entire application as a whole system. Example, testing the full e-commerce checkout flow, browsing, adding to cart, payment, and order confirmation. Then comes the acceptance testing. Here, this is performed by end users or stakeholders. They verify if the software meets business needs before going live. Example, a client tests a food delivery app to ensure it matches their requirements. Beyond these main categories, there are specialized types of testing that you encounter often. Those are smoke testing, sanity testing, regression testing, performance testing, security testing, and usability testing. In smoke testing, we check to see if the build is stable in volts, like checking if a car starts before a long trip. In sanity testing, focused check to verify specific functionality in volts, like checking only the brakes after repair. Regression testing is done to ensure new changes don't break old features. Performance testing is done to ensure speed, stability, and scalability of our application. Whereas security testing is done to ensure the application is safe from cyber attacks. Usability testing is done to make sure the product is user-friendly and intuitive. Let's take the example of an online food delivery app. Here is how different testing types would be applied. Functional testing can be applied like, can users log in successfully? Does the add to cart button work correctly? Is payment processed smoothly? Non-functional testing can be applied like, can the app handle 5,000 orders at once? Is customer data secure? Is the interface easy to use for first-time users? We can apply automation testing like automatically check whether search, login, and payment work every time new code is added. This ensures that the app isn't just working but working reliably under all conditions. Let's clear up some myths about testing types. Automation replaces manual testing completely, but in reality, both are needed. Manual for exploratory and usability, automation for speed and coverage. Functional testing alone is enough. Reality, non-functional testing is equally important for performance, security, and user experience. Testing is only done at the end of development. Reality, testing happens throughout the development lifecycle. So to wrap up, there are many types of testing, but they all aim for one thing: quality software. Manual and automation testing complement each other. Functional testing checks what the system does, while non-functional testing checks how well it does. Understanding when to apply each type is a key skill for every QA professional. That's it for today's video. If you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe to QA Software SDET, and comment below which testing type you want me to cover in detail next. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video, where we will explore test planning and writing effective test cases.